ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dylan, and welcome to Dylan the Truth Podcast. If you guys are new to this channel, I'd like for you guys to subscribe to it and also hit that like button. Deeply appreciate it. Now, um, I was on a break for a little bit. I was on my vacation. I went to Miami. It was beautiful out there. Beautiful weather. People were really nice out there. The vibes was just, it was different. Obviously I was in downtown Miami, obviously South Beach. It was a wonderful experience. It was amazing. Now, speaking of Miami, uh, the NBA Finals involves the Miami Heat versus the Denver Nuggets. The first game goes down, I believe, June 1st in Denver. I mean, this is going to be a very interesting finals matchup. Now, this wasn't what everybody predicted that was going to happen. Like, people thought it was going to be different teams that was going to end up in the finals, but sure enough, these two could kind of relate in a sense where both of them were being doubted. Like, a lot of people underestimated both of these teams, and look at where they are now. They're in the finals. Now, I would like to start on the Denver side, and then I'll work my way to Miami. Now, how Denver got here? Well, in the first round, they were number one overall in the West. They finished the season 53-29. I always thought this team was a really good team. I didn't think that they would get over the hump, like, honestly, until Joker was playing out of his mind. So I'll go through each series of what happened. I believe Denver won the series against the Timberwolves in the first round, 4-1. The second round against the Phoenix Suns, a lot of people have Phoenix Suns coming out of the West actually winning it all, and look what they did to them. They took them out in six. And then the matchup against my Los Angeles Lakers, they end up sweeping the Lakers in the conference finals, which was a bit of a shocker. Not that it was a shock that Denver won the series, it's just how they won the series by sweeping the Lakers. It was a little uncharacteristic of the Lakers just to go out like that, but it is what it is. But Jokic has been playing out of his mind. You look at these numbers that he's been averaging throughout the playoffs. He's averaging 30 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists, shooting 54% from the field. He's shooting 47% from the three-point line, which is amazing for a big man. And he's shooting 78% from the free throw line. I don't think you guys understand how good this guy really is. Throughout each series, he's averaging a triple-double. I'll say that again. In each series, he is averaging a triple-double. That is ridiculous. Like, I've never seen anything like this. Then you have Jamal Murray, Canadian. Got to represent, from Kitchener. He's averaging 27 points. He's averaging about 6 rebounds, 6 assists, shooting 48% from the field, about 40% from the three, shooting 93% from the free throw line. He's definitely Jokic, co-star. You have a big and you got a point guard. So he hits a lot of big shots for them, like really timely buckets for them. He's never afraid of the moment. Y'all seen what he did in the bubble, and look at what he's doing in the playoffs. So, he's been balling out of his mind. But yeah, those are the two key players for Denver Nuggets and why they are where they are right now in the finals. Now let me shift my attention to the Miami Heat. Now the Miami Heat had an interesting road to get to the NBA Finals. They were one of the playing teams. What I mean by a playing team, you have to win a game or maybe even two to get into the playoffs, because basically the teams that are the play in teams are teams that's outside looking into the playoffs. So Miami had to win a game to get in. Now they lost the first game against Atlanta. Everyone started to question, does Miami really have it? Because really and truly they should have beaten Atlanta. But maybe this was a strategy what they were doing, because they knew they matched up very well against their future opponents. So maybe this was the path that they wanted to take to get to the NBA Finals. So the next game, I believe, was against the Chicago. No, who was it? Against the Chicago Bulls. Yes, they end up beating the Chicago Bulls, and they end up in the eighth spot in the Eastern Conference. Now they end up going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. At the time, Milwaukee Bucks had the best overall record in the NBA. They end up beating that team 4-1. I don't think anyone seen that coming. Now, in fairness to Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo did get hurt. He injured his back, so that had a lot to do with Miami advancing. Let's not get it twisted. If Giannis was healthy, maybe this would have been a different series, but that's neither here or there. Miami won that series. Congratulations to them. Then in the second round, they went up against the New York Knicks. I believe they won that series 4-1. They just show they were more superior and more mentally tougher than the New York Knicks. I felt the New York Knicks, they got on a high because they got out of the first round. They felt like, maybe they could take it to the next plateau by beating Miami, but clearly Miami was a better team. And then just now, Miami Heat defeated the Boston Celtics, which, by the way, the Celtics were the favorites to win the title this season. Before the season even started, they were the favorites to win it all. And, Miami did have a 3-0 lead. And Boston ended up crawling back, forced a game 7. And Miami destroyed them in Boston. And now, look where they are. They're in the finals. Jimmy Butler did call it. He did say that, he's going to be in that very same moment, meaning from last season when they actually faced the Boston Celtics, he actually missed a go-ahead 3 towards the end of the game, and then Boston ended up winning the series there, so I guess they got their revenge on the Celtics. The key players for Miami, obviously, is Jimmy Butler, a.k.a. Jimmy Buckets. I mean, he's averaging 29 points, about 7 rebounds, 6 assists, shooting 48% from the field. He's shooting 36% from the three-point line. And he's shooting about 81% from the free throw. Obviously, Jimmy Butler is their engine. He's the heart and soul of this team, no question about it. Without Jimmy Butler, we're not even having that discussion about Miami Heat being in the finals. They would have been gone a long time ago if it wasn't for Jimmy Butler. And then your next, obviously the second best player would be Bam Adebayo. He's averaging 17 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, shooting about 49% from the field. What is it? Like 70 or like basically 80% from the free throw line. 0% from the 3, but he doesn't take 3s. But I mean, these are their 2 big guns for Miami, but with Miami, I more see them do it by committee. I mean, we all know Jimmy Butler is the guy for them, but it's more like everyone does things in a smooth offensive motion. Like, they're always attacking, guys are moving, cutting, back screen cuts, all types of stuff. Denver does that as well. Obviously, their offense is just elite. It's like probably second to none. So there's basically a contrast in this series, which is very interesting. So majority of the people have Denver Nuggets winning this series. A lot of people said that it's going to be in a sweep. maybe gentleman sweep. Um, I can't really say that it's going to be a sweep. I don't think it's going to be a sweep at all. Um, if I had to pick a team that's going to win the series, I probably might say it's Denver, but I am rooting for Miami Heat because Jimmy Butler is one of my favorite players, and I would love for him to win the championship. Um, I don't know, like, if Miami has enough to beat this juggernaut of a team in Denver Nuggets. I mean, yes, the two main players, Jokic and Jamal Murray, but then you have these, complementary players like Aaron Gordon. You have KCP. You got Bruce Brown. You have Porter Jr. They have a lot of weapons, and I mean you have to be very mindful of it. Like they're very dangerous. They can be very streaky. Once they're on a roll, I mean that's it. Now, whereas with Miami now, it's more their game is to drive and kick, drive and kick. So Jimmy Butler is obviously the guy that's going to be initiating the offense, and that's going to free up a lot of the shooters because they will try to double team him. I'm pretty sure they might put Aaron Gordon on him because Aaron Gordon's a bit bigger than him. He could present some problems. He is a good defender. Um, but Jimmy Butler is a crafty player, so it won't be that easy to contain him. Now, on the other hand, when it comes to Jokic, that's going to be a huge problem for the Miami Heat. Yes, they're going to put a lot of pressure on Bam Adebayo to, try to contain Jokic, but it's not going to be easy. Um, I mean, not only like yes, you could try to stop him from scoring. It don't matter. I think he'd rather pass than him scoring. He's actually more dangerous when he's a playmaker than he is a scorer. So if I am Miami, I would just play him one on one. I would make him be a scorer and try to neutralize everybody else. Try to get everybody else out of the game. So they don't get a rhythm. Once they get a rhythm, you're not beating this team. And that would be the key for Miami to win this series is to make Jokic a scorer, not a playmaker. To keep attacking the rim because they do not have any shot blockers. That's their biggest weakness right now for Denver Nuggets. Now I'm pretty sure Miami is well aware of that, and they will attack the paint. So I think they'll have a lot of success in that. Now if they have their three going, because Miami in the regular season was one of the worst 3-point shooting teams. If that three starts to go for the Miami Heat, then the series is going to be very interesting. It's not going to be a cakewalk for Denver as people think it's going to be. I don't believe that's going to happen. Um, like I said, I'm really rooting, I'm pulling for the Miami Heat. I want them to win this so bad. Um, but it's a daunting task for the Miami Heat to go up against this Denver Nuggets team that's been great all year. And Miami just shows that you cannot underestimate this team. They underestimated them against the Bucks. They underestimated them against New York Knicks to some degree. They underestimated them against the Boston Celtics. When are we going to come to the conclusion that Miami Heat is just one of those teams? Miami Heat is an elite team. We can't keep overlooking them and saying, "Oh yeah, well, we don't see them going that far. They're just there. They're lucky to be there. Blah blah blah." No, that's not what it is. This team is legit, legit contender, championship contending team, and they just showed it. They beat really good teams to get to the NBA Finals, so you can't discourage anything what they did. Don't discredit anything what they did. Um, but yeah, man, if I have to predict where series is gonna end, I got Denver in 6. Hopefully I'm wrong. I really hope that I'm wrong because I'm really rooting for Miami. Let's go Miami Heat. It's not just because I was just over there. It's because Jimmy Butler is one of my favorite players, and I really want him to win that championship. He really deserves it. I believe he deserves it more than any player in this series right now. Jimmy Butler. Um, and that's my take on this NBA Finals matchup. I would like to thank everybody who tuned into this video. Until next time, peace.